Imagine this. You're excited, determined, ready to dive headfirst into learning. Skill, feel. You've seen the success stories and the before and after transformations. It feels like the answer you've been searching for to elevate yourself or help your children thrive in life. But what if I told you there's a hidden trap? Yes, one that could set you back before you even get started. Today, I'm going to walk you through the top 5 mistakes most beginners make when starting in study and practice. Avoid these and you'll not only learn faster, but also build a fresh, resilient mindset that stays with you for life. Quick, humorous insert. And hey, if you're wondering whether I made these mistakes myself, well, let's just say I made enough to save you the trouble. Let's dive in. So, mistake number 1, diving too deep, too fast. Imagine being dropped into the middle of the ocean with no idea how to swim. Overwhelming yourself with too much information all at once can feel exactly like that. Drowning. It's like binge watching a TV series without even knowing the main character's name. You end up lost, confused, and exhausted. Instead of jumping into advanced materials or watching a ton of tutorials, start with the basics. When I first began study and practice with play, I thought knowing everything would make me unstoppable. What it did instead was make me quit twice. So start slow, build strong fundamentals, and remember, every big journey starts with a single step. But as important as it is to start slow, what happens when you rely too much on others? Let's look at mistake number 2. This one's tricky. You see, it's easy to feel inspired after watching a motivational video or reading an article about success. But relying on external motivation is a shaky foundation. When I began, I would constantly search for motivation to keep me going. But as soon as that initial excitement faded, I was back to square one. Here's the reality. True progress is built on discipline, not inspiration. Think of motivation as coffee. It gets you moving, but it doesn't last forever. And nobody wants to be running to the coffee shop every 30 minutes. Now, if discipline is the core, what's the biggest distraction that breaks it? Let's talk about mistake number 3. Here's one that feels so obvious but gets ignored by almost everyone. Mistake number 3, not having a structured plan. Without a roadmap, you'll end up circling the same spot, like being on a never-ending roundabout. When I first started, I'd jump from one thing to another without any real direction. It was like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. I quickly realized that without a step-by-step plan, I was only exhausting myself and making little progress. Pro tip: spaghetti sticks to the wall, but your knowledge shouldn't. Now, having a plan is vital, but there's one thing even more powerful than just following steps. And not getting this one right can lead to our next mistake. Mistake number 4, neglecting to set clear, achievable goals. Imagine planning a trip without a destination. You'll end up, well, nowhere. A goal gives you something to aim for, something to track. Instead of saying, I want to learn, practice with play, break it down. I want to be able to do focus on my study and practice in a month. It's more focused, achievable, and keeps you moving forward. So ask yourself, do you really know where you're going with this? Or are you just hoping to end up somewhere good? Finally, let's talk about the biggest mistake of all. A mistake that could keep you from enjoying the journey completely. Mistake number 5, and perhaps most damaging, focusing too much on results instead of the process. It's easy to get wrapped up in the end goal, seeing yourself as an expert, getting recognized. But when your only focus is the end result, you'll miss the joy of learning. Here's what I wish I knew earlier. Real growth happens when you're in the moment, learning bit by bit. When I shifted my focus from trying to be the best to simply getting better, everything changed. Enjoy each step, each small win. They're all part of the journey. Ask yourself, how different would your journey be if you simply enjoyed each step? Imagine the freedom in that. Remember, these 5 mistakes are common, but they're not set in stone. You have the power to avoid them. So start slow, build on discipline, set a plan, have clear goals, and most importantly, Cherish each step. Ready to take your learning journey to the next level? Check out my video on the power of study and practice with play, where we dive deep into why balancing work with play is the ultimate hack to mastering anything. Keep learning, keep growing, and let's play and practice together.